Hey there! So, do you struggle with letting go when singing? You are not alone. In this series, I'm sharing letting go ideas that work for my clients and for me. In this video, video number 2, I give you ways to let go physically. And here's the link to the first video in the series, just in case you missed it. To find your letting go formula, it's helpful to identify what is physically happening when you don't feel that you can let go. What is showing up for you in your body? Now, this description will be different for everyone. So take a moment. Put yourself in that performance mode when you felt a little locked up, not as free as you wanted to be to share your voice. So describe what this feels like for you. If you can, write it down. We will come back to this description a little bit later. So where is the tightness showing up in your body? Now, it may be the obvious place, right? Your voice. There's this gripping or tightness in your throat, but sometimes it may feel like an overall sensation, the inability to move freely, or the restriction may show up in your chest, like pounding heart, right? I've been there. Solar plexus, shoulders, neck, the breath may feel tight. So identify what's going on for you. Now, let's brainstorm some ideas of what to do physically to allow that letting go feeling. When you feel physical tension or the sensation that doesn't feel like fully letting go, I say move. Standing or sitting there, feeling yourself start to constrict or shrink can really have this snowball effect. Our brain can just start to freak out even more. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Where's my breath? Oh no, my throat feels tight. Shoot, in practice, my voice never did this. The high notes coming on and on and on. Move. If you feel you are stuck, can't let go, and want to free up when performing, move. The movement can be as subtle as just looking at another place in the hall or the auditorium. Yes, by doing this, we're changing your focus, distracting the brain a bit, but this shift in gaze is also releasing the hips, right? The rib cage, the neck, and the head from holding or feeling so rigid. The can be a gentle sway. Right? Little sway in the body. It can be a rocking if you're sitting at the piano or you're playing the guitar. The movement can be with the head, just a little nodding, right? Swaying, vibing. If you're in a band, you can move your entire body about the stage, taking that microphone with you. You can even bounce to the beat. If you're in concert or doing a recital, just bend your knees a little bit. Shift your feet very subtly. You can also shift your gaze like I talked about, and you can also gesture to the phrase. Think about the ripple effect of release that can happen in the body when you do these subtle movements. Movement is a valuable way to release tension and allows you to let go a little bit more and sing. Now, depending on what kind of performing you're doing, movement can either be just that quick fix when you feel your body start to shrink, or something that you can work into a performance as a way to feel loose the entire time. Now, here's another question for you. Why don't we move when constriction is happening in our body? So we may be in that fight, flight, or freeze mode. It is scary to put ourselves out there, and our body and brain are working together to get us out of danger to enjoy a nice double scoop of ice cream. Okay, right? That sounds so much better. I can tell you in performance, I cannot wait to get to the food afterwards. So movement can help comfort us, help us to regulate our nervous system, and let the breath move more freely. So why not work movement in while warming up in the studio or learning a song at home? And I do this and I love it. So adding movement in during this learning phase will familiarize your body with that letting go feeling. You'll discover what movements really work best and feel best for you. And during this exploration, you're building a better relationship with your instrument, which is always valuable. So let's refer back to your description of what it feels like when you're performing and that letting go feeling is not happening. And let's problem solve together some movements that address your specific areas of tension and may help you to release the body before you step out on stage, okay? So you're at home, you're gonna be working on some of these things while you're warming up or practicing. Now let's say you wrote down, Trisha, I feel overall tension. So how about this? When warming up, practicing or learning your song, walk around the room. Right? Just walk around, singing, enjoying the space, feeling that openness and looseness in the body. Or you can just sway a little bit. Yep, put a little bounce in the knees while you're doing your oohs and your ahs or singing that new song that you love so much. Or sitting on an exercise ball and bouncing while singing. I love to do that. The ball is my favorite. Gets the ribs nice and loose, feels really good. Now, sometimes I suggest to clients to walk around the room with their arms open wide, okay? You're really opening the body up while practicing and while learning that song. It feels at first like a very vulnerable open position while singing, but this can really help the body learn to feel more comfortable with letting go of the voice on stage. And this position reminds me of Amy Cuddy's book, and let me just show that to you really quickly. So Amy Cuddy's book is called Presence, and she talks about in this book about how your physiology can affect your confidence. She taught us the star pose. Let me show you that one. That's just where you get in that starfish pose and you stand there and you feel that openness in your body. She taught us the Wonder Woman stance with those hands on the hips feeling super strong. And she also gave us other body positions that help the body feel more confident. So she does a cool TED Talk. You can check that out, or you can grab her book if you want to learn more. So maybe in your description that you wrote down, your breath felt a little tight, like there's grabbing or tightness in the ribs. How about singing with a little bit of a hula hoop motion, right? We're going to get those ribs nice and loose. You could also do just a little spinal twist around. You can boogie a little bit, right? Keeping that torso relaxed. All these motions while you're singing, while you're warming up. You can do it, you can really compound this action and make it work for you. Let's say you wrote down neck tension. How about a shoulder roll? Looking from side to side, doing a little bobble head. Jaw tension. Why not try just a little jaw massage while warming up? You play with motions that feel good to you. No one's watching, no one's going to criticize you. Just play and explore. And of course, it's not going to feel normal. You've never done this before, but once you do, you're going to love it. It's going to feel great. Now, I've personally tested out jogging while singing high notes, making sound while doing push-ups or in downward dog. I've warmed up and sung high notes while doing yoga balancing poses or Tai Chi. I once saw a video of Pink using an inversion table while singing. I think I did a video on singing upside down. I remember that one. So there's so many options, right? The brain and the body loves to just use rhythm and movement to regulate and find comfort. Think of what we do when we're rocking a baby, right? Helping them regulate, helping them find comfort, right? Think of those that are mourning or grieving, how they're rocking their body to find comfort. Or the cultures that integrate drumming and dancing with their singing. So many classic pop singers and modern day singers move while they're singing. Now we may think they are just having a good time to the music, but maybe this motion is supporting the singer on another level as well. Interesting, right? Turning to movement to release tension is natural to me now, but there was a time when it wasn't. You know, I was brought up singing in choirs when I was really little and singing at church. And those two environments, there wasn't a lot of movement and there was safety in numbers, blending, fitting in, following direction. That was the focus. Definitely not letting go. As I got older, started to be a soloist, I needed new associations and tools. When my teacher gave me permission to move, I was excited, relieved, but also kind of tentative, right? It was new. So I slowly started to break away from the habit of standing and singing, just locking in and singing, that habit of restriction and holding while I was making sound. Letting go of this old template for me, it really helped me to let go more, open up my voice, feel more free when singing. And because of my exploration, I really had this repertoire of movement from my body that it really liked, that I could turn to if I felt stuck. Now, movement will not fix vocal technique issues, but it can be a pathway for some to let go of the unnecessary muscle tension when performing and sense what a free voice feels like both in practice and on stage. It's a pathway for that deeper work. So I hear from my clients all the time that with movement, singing just feels easier. It feels better. It feels good. They enjoy singing so much more. That's a definite win. So if you struggle with letting go of your voice on stage, test out letting go of your body with some subtle movements and see what happens. And during your practice, explore what movements really help loosen up your voice and body. I give you full permission to play, move, and explore. So have fun with this and join me in the next video for part 3. So until next time, rejoice in your voice. Bye-bye.